There's a scene in the book where I make a list of the pieces of advice that I wish someone had given me before I became a victim. And the advice includes know that you're not alone and you're not crazy. Tell someone you trust what you're going through, and seek out an expert who can help you understand what you're going through and who can also help you get out, who can customize a safety plan for you. And to write down every bit of pain that you've experienced. And writing it out is important. It was important for myself, but it's also important for documentation.
Yeah.
There's so many steps that can be taken to prepare girls and young women to stand up for themselves, to support each other, to be able to recognize when they're being bullied and abused, and to speak out about it. And also self-defense training.
Yes, I love that.
I never had self-defense training.
Me either.
When I was in school, why not? It should be part of our curriculum.
Yes. That it's not only for men, and that you can defend yourself. You have the power.
Absolutely. It's not about your physical weight or muscles.
Yes.
There are techniques that you can learn to protect yourself if you're in danger. And I'm glad that my book gave you hope, because I wrote it to offer hope that there are solutions, but it's going to take a combination of governmental action and societal will to make that change possible.
The society will is very important, at least for me, because we have a bunch of laws to protect women, but if us people don't believe in those laws and don't believe that the change is possible and don't believe that we are equals and that we deserve the same, things are not going to change, because we're still going to be harassed. We're still going to live gender-based violence.
Well, that's why the education component is so important, and also the public awareness, like what you're doing with your platform. Just spreading messages of how to combat this issue, which really is eating away at society. When you disempower women economically, you make them more susceptible to abuse. So economic equality, gender equity is a very important component of combating violence against women. And there are some countries like New Zealand that have really gotten ahead of how to solve this problem. Like in New Zealand, you get a paid leave to get out of an abusive relationship, which is extraordinary.
Yes.
And I feel like that kind of law, those kinds of support systems need to spread.
Yes.
To me, it's very sad that where you live can determine how safe and free you are. But it's a reality of our world.
When you learn about what other countries are doing, and you think, well, why don't we do this at home?
Yes.
Why can't they just see the good stuff that other people are doing and bring that to our own countries?
Yes.
But I don't know what gets in the way. I feel like it's more cultural. Like, this is how we think society should work. This is how we feel that we identify with that. So I guess it feels like we're gonna change our identity if we start doing what other countries are doing. I don't see, like, that's the only thing that I can think of.
It's almost like an unbrainwashing that needs to happen, because people they've kind of learned to accept the power structures that they've been born into.
Yes.
And are prevented from recognizing that maybe those power structures aren't the healthiest for them.
Right.
And we're conditioned to think that a patriarchal system is stable, that it's safe, when it's the opposite of that, really.
But your book gave me hope. And thank you so much for sharing your story with the world, because it was a vulnerable part of your life, and you letting out that story is empowering other women to also realize that they can share their stories and realize that there is a way and a place to get help.
Well, it was important for me to write a book that I hoped would help others to spot and stop and prevent intimate partner violence, and also to show the reader that you can go from being a survivor to a thriver, that the trauma never goes away, but there's also an unexpected power that we can tap into by sharing our stories.